I will not have it. Now, did you not see the girl after supper tonight when she went to look for Helen in her room?
No.
The child practically climbed out of her window to escape from her. What kind of a teacher is she? I thought I'd seen her at her worst this morning, shouting at me. But then, I come home to find the entire house disorganized by her. Helen won't stay 1 second in the same room with, won't come to the table with, won't let herself be bathed or undressed or put to bed by her, or even by Viney now. And the end result is that you have to do more for the child than before we hired this girl's services. Ever since she stepped off the train, she has been nothing but a burden. Incompetent, impertinent, ineffectual,
She folded
immodest.
her napkin, Captain.
What?
Not ineffectual. She folded her napkin.
What in heaven's name is so extraordinary about folding a napkin?
Well, it's more than you did, Captain.
Katie, I did not bring you all the way down here to the garden house to be frivolous. Now, how does Miss Sullivan propose to teach a deaf-blind pupil who won't even let her touch her?
I don't know.
The fact is, today she scuttled any chance she ever had of getting along with the child. If you see any point or purpose to keeping her on here any longer, that's more than I can
What
say.
do you wish me to do?
I want you to give her notice.
I can't.
Then if you can, I must. I simply... Miss Sullivan?
Viney, you said I'd find you both here in the garden house?
Yes, come in. Katie?
Captain?
I first wanted to make my position clear to Miss Keller in private. I have decided I am not satisfied. In fact, I am deeply dissatisfied in the manner...
Excuse me, is this little house ever in use?
Only in the hunting season. If you will give me your attention, Miss Sullivan. I have tried to make allowances for you because you come from a part of the country where women, I should say, come from whom, well, for whom allowances must be made. Nevertheless, I have decided, Miss Sullivan, I find it very difficult to talk through those glasses.
Oh, of course.
Why do you wear them anyway? The sun has been down for an hour.
Any kind of light hurts my eyes.
Right. Put them back on, Miss Sullivan. I have decided to give you another chance.
To do what?
To remain in our employ. But on two conditions. I am not accustomed to rudeness in servants or women, and that is the first. If you are to stay, there must be a radical change of manner.
Whose?
Yours, young lady. Isn't it obvious? And the second is that you convince me there's the slightest hope of you teaching a child who flees from you now like the plague to anyone else she can find in this house.
There isn't.
What, Miss Annie?
It's hopeless here. I can't teach a child who runs away.
Then do I understand that you propose...
Well, if we all agree it's hopeless here, then the next question is what we should do.
Miss Annie, I am not agreed. I think perhaps you underestimate the child.
I think everyone else here does.
She folded her napkin. She learns. Did you know she began talking when she was only 6 months old? 6 months old. She could say water. Not really wah-wah, but she meant water. And she knew what it meant at only 6 months old. I've never seen a child so bright or outgoing. It's still in her somewhere, isn't it?
She's changed.
Miss Annie, put up with it, and with us.
Us?
Please, like the lost lamb in the parable. I love her all the more.
Mrs. Keller, I don't think Helen's worst handicap is her deafness or blindness. I think it's your love and pity.
Now, what exactly does that mean?
All of you here are so sorry for her. You've kept her like a pet. Why, even a dog you housebreak. It's no wonder she won't let me anywhere near her. It's useless for me to try to teach her
Miss
language.
Annie, before you came, we spoke of putting her in an asylum.
What kind of asylum?
For mental defectives.
I visited there. I can't tell you what I saw. People like animals with rats in the halls. And what are we to do if you give up?
Give up?
You said it was hopeless.
Hopeless here. Give up? Why, I only saw today what has to be done to begin. I want complete charge of her.
You already have that.
No.
It has resulted in...
I mean night and day. She has to be dependent on me.
For what?
Everything. The food she eats, the clothes she wears, fresh air, even the air she breathes. Everything her body needs is a primer to teach her out of. It's the only way. The one who lets her have it should be her teacher, not someone who loves her. You all have so many feelings, they fall over each other like feet. You won't use your chances, and you won't let me.
But if she runs from you to us?
Yes, that's the point. I'll have to live with her someplace else.
What?
Till she learns to depend on and trust me, and listen to me.
Well, where would you take her?
Oh, Italy?
What?
Well, I can't have everything. But how would this garden house do? Furnish it, bring Helen here after a long ride so she won't know.
Is that all, Captain? I think with your permission?
Why must she depend on you for the food she eats?
I want control of it.
Why?
It's a way to reach her.
You intend to starve her into letting her touch her?
She won't starve. She'll learn. All's fair in love and war, Captain Keller. You never cut supplies.
This is hardly a war.
Well, it's not love. A siege is a siege.
Miss Sullivan, do you even like the child?
Do you?
We could have a servant here.
Oh, I'll have enough work without having to look after a servant. But that boy Percy could stay here and run errands and such.
Percy could sleep here, I think, Captain.
And some furniture all of our own.
Captain, do you think that bedstead in the
I
barn?
have not yet consented to Percy, or to the furniture, or to the garden house, or to the proposal, or even Miss Sullivan's staying on here when I... Very well, I consent to everything. For 2 weeks. I'll give you 2 weeks in this place, and it will be a miracle if you can get the child to tolerate you.
2 weeks, Miss Annie. Can you accomplish anything in 2 weeks?
Anything or not, 2 weeks, then the child comes back to us. Make up your mind, Miss Sullivan. Yes or no?
2 weeks? For only one miracle? I'll get her to tolerate me.
You can't think as little of love as you said, or you wouldn't stay.
I didn't come here for love. I came for the money. Hey, it's the first of many. 26. I've always wanted to live in a doll's house.
How will you win her hand now, in this place?
Do I know? I lost my temper, and here I am.
No touching, no teaching. Of course, you are bigger than she is.
I'm not counting on force. I'm counting on her. That little imp is dying to know
Know what?
everything. Any and every crumb in God's creation. I'll have to use that appetite, too.
Maybe she'll teach you.
Of course.
That she isn't. That there's such thing as dullness of heart, acceptance, and letting go. Sooner or later, we all give up, don't we?
Maybe you all do. It's my idea of the original sin.
What is?
Giving up.
You won't open her. Why trouble?
If I ever once thought like that, I'd be dead.
You will be. Why trouble? Or will you teach me?
Does she know where she is?
No, we rode her out in the country for 2 hours.
For all she knows, she could be in another town.
That's her sign for me.
I know. In 2 weeks.
Miss Annie, please be good to her. These 2 weeks, try to be very good to her.
I will. What did I get myself into now?
Annie.
No pity, I won't have it. On either of us. No, I will touch you. How do I... Percy, wake up! Percy, get in here, I need you! Percy! Percy, you awake?
No, ma'am.
How would you like to play a nice game?
What?
With Helen, she's by the bed. Go touch her hand. trying to talk. She can talk, if only she knew. Here, I'll show you how. She makes letters. C. This one is C. Pretty easy, right? Just like that. Oh, she's mad at me now, though, and she won't play. But she knows lots of letters. Here's another one. A. C. A. C. C-A-K-E. She spells cake, she gets cake. Let's see. Isn't it funny that she knows how to spell, but doesn't know she knows? I don't know. How would you like to learn one that she doesn't know? M-I-L-K. M is this, like that. I, that's easy, just a little one. No, why should I play with you? I'm teaching Percy a new word. Then L, just like kind of like that. And then you have to K. Oh, jealous are you? Okay. M-I-L-K. So I'm back to where I can touch you, Touch and go. No love lost. Here we go. Percy, you can go back to bed now. You've earned your rest.
Yes, ma'am.
Now all I have to teach you is one word. Everything. Water. Water, Helen. This is water. W-A-T-E-R. It has a name. Egg. E-G-G. Oh, it's so simple. Simple as birth to explain. Helen, the chick has to come out of the shell sometime. You come out too. There's only one way out for you, and it's language. To learn that your fingers can talk and say anything. Anything you can name. This is a mug. See? M-U-G. It has a name, Helen. It has a name.
You haven't eaten, Katie.
I haven't the appetite. I can't sit to it. I'm too restless.
You should eat, my dear. It will be a long day waiting.
But it's been a short 2 weeks. I never thought life could be so noiseless. Passed much too quickly for me.
Card. C-A-R-D. Card. C-A-R-D.
Well, the house has been practically back to normal, hasn't it?
Jimmy,
Is it wrong to enjoy a quiet breakfast after 5 years? And you two, you even seem to enjoy each other.
it could be even more noiseless, Jimmy, without you running your tongue every second. Haven't you enough feeling to imagine what Katie must be going through ever since she's...
Captain, it's true. These 2 weeks have been normal and quiet and all you say, but not short. Interminable.
I feel every day more and more inadequate. If only there were someone to help me. I need a teacher as much as Helen. My mind is undisciplined, full of skips and jumps and disciplined. Let's see. Disinterred, disinterested, disjointed. Where's discipline? What? A dictionary. You have to know how to spell the word before you can look up how to spell it. Discipline. Undisciplined.
What are you doing to your eyes, Miss Annie?
Oh, it's worse on my vanity. I'm learning to spell. It's like a surprise party. The most unexpected characters turn up.
You shouldn't overwork yourself, Miss Annie.
Well, whatever I spell to Helen, I better spell right.
How serene she is.
I taught her this stitch yesterday. Now I can't get her to stop. Oh, she's such a little lady. She'd sooner starve than eat with her fingers.
You taught her so much these 2 weeks. I could never have imagined.
Not enough. Obedience isn't enough. Well, She learned 2 nouns this morning, key and water. That brings her up to 18 nouns and 3 verbs. But no, not that they mean anything. Still a finger game. What she has to learn first is everything has a name. Mrs. Keller, shall we play our finger game?
But how will she learn it?
It will come.
How?
How does a bird learn to fly? We were born to use words, like wings. It'll come.
How?
Oh, all right, I don't know. I've tried everything I've done here, everything I could think of. We eat meals, we exercise, we string beads, we knit, we hunt eggs. Yesterday, a chick was born in her hands. All of it I spell. I never stop spelling. I go to bed with writer's cramp from talking so much.
You must not overwork yourself. You must rest.
Now, she talks and spells back. She spells back in her sleep. In her bones, those 5 fingers know. That hand aches to speak out. Something in her is asleep. How do I nudge it awake? That's the one question.
With no answer.
Except like this. Keep at it.
More time? Here?
Spell it.
Because I can't.
Spell it. If she ever learns, you two will have a lot to tell each other. Start now.
Miss Sullivan, on my way to the office, I brought Helen her favorite toy.
Outside, please.
My dear child, the 2 weeks are up. Surely you don't object to me.
They're not up until 6 o'clock.
Oh, now what difference can a fraction of 1 day make?
An agreement is an agreement. Now you've been very good. I'm sure you can keep it up for a few more hours.
Miss Sullivan, you are a tyrant.
Likewise, I'm sure. Now you can stand there and close the door if she comes.
Miss Annie, I don't think you know how eager we are to have her back in our arms.
I do know. It's my main worry.
It's like expecting a new child in the house. Well, she is so composed, so, well, attractive. You've done wonders for her, Miss Sullivan.
Have I?
If there's anything you want from us in repayment, do not hesitate to ask.
I just told Mrs. Keller. I want more time.
Miss Annie,
Another week?
doesn't she miss us?
Of course she does. What a wrench this unexplainable exile must be to her. Can you say that it isn't?
No, but,
Doesn't she show you that she needs affection too?
well, she won't have any caressing or anything.
But you're not her mother.
And what would another week accomplish? You've done so much for her already, more than we ever thought
I
possible.
can't promise anything.
Taught her constructive things to do, ways to behave like, even look like a human child. So manageable, composed, cleaner even.
Cleaner?
Well, we say cleanliness is next to godliness, Miss Sullivan.
Cleanliness is next to nothing. What she has to learn is that everything has a name, that words can be her eyes to everything outside her and inside too. What is she without words? With them, she can think, have ideas. There's not a thought or fact in the world that can't be hers. You publish a newspaper. Do I have to tell you how important words are? And she has them already. 18 nouns and 3 verbs. I only need time to push one of them into her mind. One, and everything under the sun will follow. Can't you see what she's learned here is only paving the way for that? I can't risk her unlearning it. Give me another week to push one of the words.
Look, what is she spelling?
Water?
Teaching a toy to spell? The dog doesn't know what she means any more than she knows what you mean, Miss Sullivan. I think you ask too much of her, and of yourself. Maybe God didn't mean for Helen to have the eyes you speak of.
I mean her too.
What is it to you? You make us see how we indulge her for our sake. Is the opposite true for you?
Half a week?
An agreement is an agreement.
Mrs. Keller?
I want her back.
I will send Viney over to help you pack.
Not until 6 o'clock. I have until 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Come, Katie.
No, not water. Dog. Here. Water. W-A-T-E-R. Yes, what's it to me? They're satisfied. Give them back their child. All housebroken, and everyone's satisfied. Except me. And you. Reach, Helen. Reach. I wanted to teach you, everything the world's full of, Helen. Everything that's ours for a wink and then it's gone. And the light we bring to it and leave behind in words. Why, you can see 5,000 years back in a flash of light, a flash of words, so that everything we think, feel, and know. So not a soul is left in the darkness or done with. even in the grave. And I know one word, and I can put the world in your hands. And whatever it is to me, I won't take any less. So how do I tell you that this is a dog? And this dog means this thing, or card. It means this thing, card. Dress means this thing, it has a name. Face. Face. M-O-T-H-E-R. Mother. M-O.
Let her come. Helen.
We'll be together forever. You promised forever. And Annie.
But that battle is dead and done with. Why not let it stay buried?
I think God must owe me a resurrection.
What?
And I owe God one.
Forever and ever. Forever and ever. Forever and ever.
Miss Annie, I've been meaning to give you this.
What?
Your first month's paycheck. With many more to come, I trust. It doesn't express what we feel. It doesn't repay the debt for what you've done.
What have I done?
Taken a wild thing and given us back, well, a child.
I taught her one thing. No, don't do this. Don't do that.
It's more than any of us could do in all the years.
I wanted to teach her what language is. I wanted to teach her yes.
You will have time.
Maybe, I don't know how. I know without it, to do nothing but obey is no gift. Obedience without understanding is a blindness too. Is that all I wish on her?
No.
Maybe.
No.
I don't know what else to do. Simply keep going on and have faith that inside it's like water underground waiting to come up. All I can do is keep going on.
It's enough for us.
You can help, Captain Keller.
How?
Even learning no has been at a terrible cost of much trouble and pain. Don't undo it.
Well, why would we wish to undo
The
it?
world isn't an easy place for anyone. But I don't want her to just obey, but to have her way in everything is a lie to her, and I can't. I don't even love her. She's not my child. Well, you've got to stand in between that lie and her,
We'll try.
because I will. As long as you let me stay, that's one promise I'll keep.
Agreed. We've learned something too, I hope. Won't you come down to supper?
Why doesn't God pay his debts each month?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, nothing. I just used to wonder how I could earn a living.
Oh, you do all right.
I really do. Now the question is, can I survive it?
May I?
Are we glad to have you back too, probably? What?
Oh, keys. Yes, I'll take the keys. I think we've had enough locked doors.
Evening, General.
Jimmy, will you say grace?
And Jacob was left alone and wrestled with the angel until the breaking of day. And as he wrestled with him, the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint. And the angel said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." And Jacob said, "I will not let thee go, except thou bless me." Amen.
That's a very strange grace, James.
Will you pass the muffins out?
It is from the good book, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. Didn't you know?
Yes, I knew.
Ham, Miss Annie?
Then why else?
I mean, it is from the good book, and therefore a fitting grace.
Well, I don't know about that.
Miss Annie?
Thank you.
There's an awful lot of things in the good book that I wouldn't care to hear just before eating.
Well, fitting in a sense that Jacob's thigh was out of joint, and so is this baby's.
I declare, James.
Pickles and stuff?
Oh, I should say so. You know my opinion on your pickles.
Well, that's the end of them, I'm afraid. We didn't put away nearly enough last summer. This year I intend to.
Reverend looked in at the office today to complain of hens would stop laying. Poor fellow. I would have said he was all out of joint. All he could.
I've always suspected those things.
What?
Miss Annie,
No.
it's a very special day.
It will be when I give in to that.
Please, I've hardly had the chance to welcome her home.
Captain Keller,
Oh, Katie, Miss Sullivan and I had a little talk. She feels that if we indulge Helen,
But what has the child done?
she's learned not to throw her napkin and kick things. It took us the better part of 2 weeks to learn that.
But it's only a napkin. It's not a firm breakfast.
And everything she's learned is, Mrs. Keller, I don't think we should play tug of war over her. Either give her to me or keep her from kicking.
What do you wish to do?
Let me take her outside. You know what? You don't approve of this, do you? She's testing me.
She's testing you.
Jimmy, but now that she's home, naturally, she wants
Yes, naturally she wants to see what will happen at your hands. I said this was my main worry. Is this not what you promised me half an hour ago?
to. But look, she's not kicking now.
And not learning not to. Mrs. Keller, teaching her is bound to be painful for everyone, but she'll live up to only what you demand of her, no more.
She's testing you.
Jimmy,
I have an opinion. I think you should.
no one is interested in hearing your opinion.
I'm interested. Of course she's testing me. Let me keep her to what she's learned, and she'll go on learning from me. Take her out of my hands, and it all comes apart. Be bountiful. It's at her expense. Pass me more of her favorite foods.
Take her, Miss Annie.
Thank you.
I'm afraid you're the difficulty, Miss Sullivan. Now, I'll keep her to what she's learned. You're quite right there. But I don't see that we need to send her from the table. After all, she is the guest of honor. Bring her plate back.
If she was a singing child, none of you would tolerate 1 second of this.
Well, she isn't. I think some compromise is called for. Bring her plate back, please. There. It isn't unnatural for some of us to take aversion to our teachers. Sometimes another hand can help to smooth things out. Now then, shall we start all over?
I think we started all over.
Don't get up.
Where are you going?
Don't smooth anything else after me. I treat her like a sing child because I ask her to see. I expect her to see. Don't undo what I'm trying to do.
Where are you taking me?
To make her fill out this picture.
You let her speak to you like that, Arthur? A creature that works for you?
No, I don't.
Let her go.
What?
I said let her go. She's right, Kate's right, I'm right, and you're wrong. If you drive her away from here, it'll be over my dead chair. Has it ever occurred to you that on one occasion you might be consummately wrong?
Captain,
Sit down, everyone. Please, sit down, Jimmy.
No, she's not here. No. Pump. Pump. Look, water. W-A-T-E-R. Water. It has a name, Helen. It has a name. W-A-T-E-R.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Yes, yes. Water. Yes, yes. Ground. Pump. Yes. Step. Step. Mrs. Keller! Mrs. Keller! Mother. Yes, she knows. Papa. Teacher.
teacher? No, no.
love, Helen, forever.